The conversion tool itself is actually pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to take you all the way through all of the steps, but I do want to show you how to get started. You may have a shortcut on your desktop, but if not, the default location is your Programs folder. So I'm going to go ahead and double-click Computer, go into my local hard drive, into Program Files, and then into the Intuit folder, and lastly into the folder called QuickBooks Conversion Tool. At that point, what you're looking for is actually the QB Conversion Tool, and it says it's an application. Another little hint here is that you do have to have administrator privileges to run this. If you right-click on it instead of double-clicking on it, you'll see an option to run as administrator. That'll get you around any of those troubles if you aren't an administrator to begin with. At this point, the Get Started screen will welcome you, and you only have two choices. Either you're going to be converting your own company, or you'll be an accountant converting your client's company. Most of us will probably be the first one, so we'll give that a click, and then we'll click Start QuickBooks Conversion. I'll take you through just one more step, and then I'll leave you on your own to finish the rest, because as I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You need to choose which type of file you'll be converting, and we only have three options. The first is Microsoft Small Business Accounting, the second is Peachtree, and the third is Office Accounting. Earlier I gave you some versions that were applicable, but I do want to remind you that things always change, and between the time that we record this and the time you're actually viewing it, there may be different versions that are available. So it's always good to view the Intuit website to see exactly which versions are available, or to run the conversion tool and see what happens. I'm going to choose Microsoft Office Accounting, and you'll see that as we choose these different options, it tells us about conversion. So here are some options, or at least a summary of what can happen with Microsoft Office Accounting, as opposed to Peachtree, and of course Small Business Accounting. Because each of these programs is its own software with its own fields and functionality, even though they're all accounting programs, you need to choose the correct file type. After you do, you can click Next, which will take you to the next step, selecting your old file. Let me remind you that in order to use the conversion tool, you not only need to have the other file, you also need to have the other accounting software loaded on your computer. QuickBooks can't make the conversion without the other software. I've chosen Microsoft Accounting and included a Microsoft Accounting file in the Chapter 6 Project Files folder. But in order for you to actually be able to complete a conversion, you will either need to have Microsoft Accounting loaded and then use my sample file, or you will need your own file and the software that originally created it. I realize you may not have that option. If not, then you can look at this process in one of two ways. Either it is good information in case you ever need to do a conversion, or you may not need to worry about it because you aren't converting your records from a previous accounting system. The rest of the conversion tool is actually fairly easy. You'll select your file, answer a few questions, and be presented with the QuickBooks file. Then you'll be ready to go.